If you were born in between August 2nd and August 16th, you're what is called an Ashlesha in Vedic astrology. Ashlesha is a star that sits in the Cancer constellation. It's ruled by Mercury, and its symbol is the coiled serpent. And when you look at a snake that's coiled up like this, usually that means it's getting ready to strike because that snake is defending itself because it feels unsafe. And because Ashlesha is the coiled serpent, this perfectly describes the nature of these people. Ashleshas never fully feel safe around anybody, and they never fully get comfortable around anybody, and they never fully trust anybody, and they never fully open up to anyone. And so Ashleshas tend to have very mysterious, private, cold personalities, and they seem to always hypnotize you. Ashleshas are master manipulators. It's ruled by a serpent. That this one of their abilities is this ability to hypnotize people. Ashleshas are masters at controlling the image that people have of them. And the thing that Ashleshas care about the most is their image, and it is reputation. And Ashleshas care so much about their image and how they're perceived by other people that a lot of them can lose themselves in the mask that they wear in society. Depending upon what an Ashlesha wants is the mask that they'll put on and the mask that they'll wear. And so Ashleshas tend to be very unpredictable, and these people can adjust their personalities to get what they want. Basically, these are people that have the ability. They're ruled by Mercury. Mercury is the trickster. It's the shapeshifter. And so Ashleshas have the ability to wear any mask to get what they want. And these people tend to be very, very gifted psychologically. And this is because Ashleshas are extremely, extremely intuitive. They're empaths. They know what you're thinking. They know what you're feeling. They can see straight through you. And because Ashleshas have all these psychic abilities that give them the ability to see straight through people, a lot of them fear that someone else has the same ability to see straight through them. And so they fiercely protect their image, and they fiercely protect their reputation. Look at Barack Obama. Barack Obama was born August 4th. He has an Ashlesha sun. No matter what you say to Barack Obama, no matter how many insults that you hurl at him, no matter how many people roast him on social media, no matter what you say to Barack Obama, he always maintains his composure. He always maintains that cold, stoic, poker face type of look. The only two faces that Ashlesha will let you see is their serious face when they're not playing around, and when they're just like joking around when they're laughing. The only two faces that they reveal to people is smiling and then just being super serious. They'll never show when they're sad, and they'll never show anything that makes them feel vulnerable. And they don't like to show emotion at all. Like, think of people like King Von, who was born on August 9th. Ashleshas are so obsessed with their image. King Von literally died defending his reputation. Who's another one? Tom Brady, born August 3rd, another Ashlesha. Tom Brady was picked last in the NFL draft, and he was so humiliated by the image that the NFL had for him that this fueled him to prove that he was the greatest quarterback of all time. And that's what fueled him. It was that betrayal that he felt from how everyone viewed him. Obviously, if you get picked last in the draft, people don't value you. And that sparked something on the inside of him. Same thing with Deion Sanders. Deion Sanders is another Ashlesha. He was born August 9th as well. Deion Sanders said that primetime was a persona that he created, and it wasn't really him. And so the more recognition and the more fame and the more money that Deion Sanders was able to make from this primetime persona, the emptier he felt. And he grew into a very extreme depression because he didn't really know who he was. And so a lot of Ashleshas, they can become so emotionally attached to their mask that they forget who they are themselves, and they'll lose their identity. And so a lot of Ashleshas, they become too attached to what they do instead of who they are. And what you need to know as an Ashlesha is what you do is not who you are. How you present yourself to the world is not who you are. So don't attach yourself to society's image of you, no matter how good you are at controlling it. Muhammad Ali is another Ashlesha. He has an Ashlesha ascendant. Muhammad Ali was so emotionally attached to his image in society that he continued to box despite his old age. And he actually got himself brain damage because he couldn't let go of that image that he had. As the greatest boxer of all time. As an Ashlesha, your biggest lesson in this lifetime is to get over your fear of vulnerability. Because your deepest desire is to connect with others, but your fear of vulnerability can hinder this process. And it can cause you to isolate yourself from others, or it can cause you to have very superficial relationships where you understand the person very deeply, but they don't really know nothing about you because you're so afraid to just express how you feel. So many Ashleshas, the women too, it's not just the men. So many Ashleshas, they feel like it's weak to be vulnerable. And so they like when other people are vulnerable around them, but they don't like to be vulnerable themselves. And so y'all got to really, really work on that. Who cares if somebody betrayed you in the past or a family member traumatized you in the past due to you opening up to them and them not treating your feelings how you want them to be treated? Don't shut everybody else off emotionally just because you have bad experiences in the past. Like, use your ability to sense people's hearts, to choose if they're trustworthy enough to open up to them. And once that person earns your trust, open up to them. And life will change. What saved Deion Sanders from his depression was the connection that he had with his sons. He was an Ashlesha. There's a perfect example for you right there. He had all the fame and the success that he could ever imagine. And he almost committed suicide. And the thing that saved him was his relationship with his sons. Really. All right. To schedule a consultation or to access my astrology book, go to my website, isaiah47.net. You can also find that in link in my profile bio.